Yeah, this is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Please press the like button and subscribe. Yeah, years ago, I was in my YP, what, 60s, 70s, 60s time, yeah, end of 60s. And I met a guy called Allan Pounty. Allan Pounty was in the laundry. I got a job in the laundry. There was about, what, 20 Indians in there, maybe 10 white guys. Different nationalities, but there wasn't that many nationalities in them days. But you had little Allan Pounty. He was the screws, the goat. He was his little gopher, running around getting things for him. And what his job was, he used to have these big pins, yeah, these massive great big pins. And we used to do women's prisons, hospitals, and all that sort of thing. So he used to put all the knickers in pins and bras in pins and things like that, and put them in the washing machine. Yeah, that was his job. And the pins were massive, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're that big, and you undo them, and they've got big blades on them. Big blade, like about quarter of an inch thick blade. And anyway, Alan's job was that. And Alan, what Allan Pounty got nicked for was his dad and him used to do burglaries. And he's only small, he was only small even then. Right? And his dad used to push him up into the windows. And he used to go in his little windows, come down the stairs, open the door for his dad, and they'd burgle the place out. It's usually at night times they've done it. This particular time, Alan's gone through the window, coming down the stairs. There's a little old woman come out of the front room, maybe a front room or a bedroom, and he's hit her over the head with something, and he's killed her. They all got captured. They got captured, and the old man got a life. Allan got HMP. Allan was very young when he got out, about 14, 15. But even young, they put him in the YP, yeah? They couldn't handle him. They couldn't handle him in any other system. So they put him in the YP. And as I say, he works in the laundry. But he was immaculate, you know. He had all his shirts starched, all his shoes highly polished, all his jeans and trousers, big creases in them. Because he was immaculate, yeah. All his socks spotless, you know, spotlessly clean. Anyway, and he was a little. I've got to say, he was a schizophrenic psychopath. Complete nut. What he used to like doing was going around stabbing. I'm not a racist, but he used to go around stabbing Indians. Yeah, he used to stab them in the backside, in the legs, sometimes in the arms, and he was crazy. You know, I mean, the guy that run the laundry. I think he was doing something to Allan anyway. He sort of like didn't take too much notice. Said that, you know, it was a mistake or whatever happened or whatever. And Allan never got himself in any problems over it. But Allan was a bit murder, mate. Allan would stab your eyes a winking. I made friends with Allan. You know, Allan was a nice kid. I loved him, mate. He was a nice boy. He needed help, you know. Anyway, I moved on. And anyway, I went to the scrubs. I'm finishing off my sentence, a big sentence, and goes to the scrubs. This is, what, I don't know, 70s, end of my 70s, early 70s, I can't remember now. 80s, I can't really remember what it was, but it was late, yeah? And I was in C Wing, and walking across the yard one day, who'd have bumped into Allan? I couldn't believe it, yeah? Nearly completely bald, looked really, really old, yeah? He was only still very young, looked really old, immaculate, still very, very immaculate. And he was in D Wing, a place called D Wing in the scrubs. And because I was a long-termer, I could go in there, just ask the screws and they'd let me in there because I was a long-term anyway. And I'd go in there and see Allan's cell. And when we were with my YP, Allan had a thing about gangsterism, loved gangsters. And he loved the krays, he loved the Richardsons, he loved all them sort of people. And in his cell, he'd have all pictures of the krays and all pictures of the Richardson, Charlie, you know, Richardson, Eddie Richardson, Reggie Kray, Ronnie Kray, them sort of people, all the people got the krays, yeah? They had all their pictures up everywhere. And anyway, so when I see him in the scrubs, he took me to his cell, and the kid was like completely messed up, mate. He was ruined, you know. He looked really, really old. I mean, and when I was talking to him, and he's talking to me about Reggie, Ronnie Kray, and being moved this and that, Broadmoor, and all this, that, and the other, and meeting them both. And you know, showing me pictures and little drawings they put on envelopes for him and things like that. Yeah, and I was quite, quite gutted really that he got himself involved with the krays. and sit down with him, talk to him, and he started to sob a little bit. He sort of like cuddled me a little bit. He needed that little bit of affection, like because what they'd done, they've been sexually abusing him, the krays. Redgie and Ronnie, they was using him, just sexually abusing him. He was like their gopher. He was making their teas and everything like that. He was just running around, and because he loved the gangsterism, and they just ruined him, completely ruined him, mate. And I was gutted for the kids, you know what I mean? He was like, he'd never, to me, he looks as if he'd never get out of prison, if he'd die in prison. He looks, I've got to say, he looks 80, 70, 80 years of age, all wrinkled up, buckled up, bowed up, but very smart, telling me that he was sexually abused by both of them, really, really bad. And that's why they shipped him out at the end to the scrubs. Whether or not he was going to go to a DCAT, I don't know, or whatever, but he was in a bad way, mate. And I felt gutted for him to think that Ronnie and Redgie Kray could do that to a young boy, and just ruin his life, completely ruin his life, So who else have they done that to, in the prison system, So they wasn't such nice people to do that. I mean, I know it went on in prison, but the way they done it with this young kid, they completely ruined him. He wound up in Baltimore. He wound up in there over one of them doing something. He just went in there, mate, and he wound up being with the other one. Do you know what I mean? The names doesn't matter what name, Redgie, whatever it is. People know who I'm talking about, And they just ruined this kid. They ruined him in such a way that his life was completely messed up. He was very around me, like needed men company. That's what frightened me a little bit, that he needed men company, where he's been having their company with them all the time, and they'd be just like that, abusing him. And I just want to say, it's a shame. And if he's still alive, Allan, apparently, and he's watching my podcast, love him to leave me some comment, because the kid was a nice kid. And to think that he was completely ruined his life. I mean, he was buckled over, like he was buckled right over, bald, looked really old, and they just ruined him, what they didn't do to him doesn't bear thinking about. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Please like and subscribe. But if anybody on my podcast and on my comments could comment about Allan Pounty, let me know, because a lot of people must know who've been in the system about Allan Pounty, and take care, bye-bye.